Click go live. I love that intro. The outro needs some work, but I'm keeping the intro.
That is really cool still.
What's up, Stu? How you been?
Hello. All good. All good.
Good,
Been
good,
working
good.
hard. Working hard. Been busy.
You have?
Yeah.
What you been working on?
A curriculum and a book.
A curriculum?
Writing a
What?
curriculum for a college course on tactical fitness.
Well,
And
isn't that interesting?
and a certification. Yeah.
Okay. Well, hey, I've been working on something similar. Can I share it with you?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Oh, the little rat took it. I was going to show you. I spent all last week teaching my grandsons and my godsons how to write.
Oh, nice.
And it wasn't just, hey, come over and I'll give you some tips. We've been doing writing camp.
Mm.
And all of them wrote 3 500 to 700 word papers in 4 days.
Okay.
And Johnny is on like his 6th paper because I'm doing an extra week with him because he's in college.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to override 6 years of failure by the public school system because COVID screwed these kids hard as far as, why can't Johnny write? Because nobody taught the kid how to write.
Yeah.
And so I've been teaching them how to brainstorm. I've been teaching them how to outline. I've been teaching them how to use technology, how to get their thoughts out. So for 3 of the kids, figuring out that they could dictate into Microsoft Word or into Google Docs changed their lives.
Oh, yeah.
Eli, on the other hand, was like, Grandpa, I don't want to dictate this. I can type 50 words a minute. I can type it faster than I can mess. And I'm great, go for it. And that little rat can type fast. And so I've been teaching them how to edit. I've been teaching them how to polish and where you need facts. Now John's all the way up to, he's writing today. He's writing a paper on, I've had him write, edit, finalize, polish a paper a day. I've been doing with him. Dude, how do you get better at pull-ups?
Do pull-ups.
How do you get better at writing?
Do writing.
Right. So today his assignment is to write a biography of Marcus Aurelius and cite 2 peer-reviewed articles. And I think he's going to crush it. And then his final exam is, I'm going to give him 2 days. He's going to write another research paper, and we're going to have a whole grading rubric and other stuff. Nice. And I recorded the whole thing, and I'm thinking that this might be something that some parents might pay for their kids to actually be able to write.
That's cool.
And we're not using. AI is the devil as far as their writing, but I'm figuring out a tool that I'm figuring out a genie, Stu, that they can plug their paper into, and it will do what I did for these kids with the red pen, where I went in and circled stuff and said this, clarify, do this without redoing it for them. Nice. So identify the areas that, hey man, this is jacked, go fix it. Here's why it's jacked, but you got to fix it. It won't rewrite, and I got it so you can't back end it or well, what would you, if you were going to rewrite it, what would you say? We ain't playing that. Okay.
Okay.
But these are smart kids, man. What the hell happened to teaching a kid how to think and how to write and how to outline their ideas and getting taking a piece of paper and being able to create an outline of logical thought.
Yeah.
When did that not, it's like when you say, when did the Russians become our friends? When, or when did the Chinese communists become our friends? When did it become a bad idea to teach a kid to think and write at a basic level?
Oh man, I agree. Saw it with my own kids. Had to do a lot of what you're doing with my own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, I explained to them that, all these chuckleheads that you're going to school with can't think, can't write, can't communicate. If you're the one who can think, write, and communicate, you're going to be the one driving the bus. It's like the whole thing of in the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's what I've been up to for the last week,
Nice.
along
That's
along
fun.
with other things.
Good family time fun as well.
Let me tell you what, I was not popular.
Oh yeah, with the youngest generation.
Well, I pulled kind of a fast one on them because I had them writing these things, and then I pulled it all together and I said, "Oh, this was so diabolical what I did." I'll summarize it quickly. But I was actually amazed at how quickly they were pulling stuff together, and I had to have a little come to Jesus with them on Tuesday. They were, smoking and joking and not really paying attention. So I pulled the, okay, I'm done. You guys go outside for 5 minutes and decide if you really want to be here or not. Go
Oh, classic.
outside. And they wouldn't. I turned my back on them. I said, all of you get out of here. You decide if you want to be here or not, and don't waste my time. And when I turned my back on them, I was grinning like, oh crap, I can't, because I knew what I was doing.
That was a
So
good
they
one.
came back, man, they were all business. I never had to have another talk with them the rest of the time.
Nice.
So Thursday, and they had all written a couple of papers and a bunch of smaller stuff. And I said, I hate to do it, but I want to prove to them that they can write papers quickly, that they can create this stuff faster than they think they can. So I gave them an assignment. I gave them a 700 word. They had to write a 700 word paper before they came to class on Friday.
Hmm.
Now, at the beginning of the week, they would have thrown up and left. And then I did something. I said, and I'm going to tell you what, when you do it tomorrow, I'm going to take you to the Mexican restaurant in town, which they all love. They all love. Did you go to the Mexican restaurant with me when you came here?
It's either that one or the Chinese one.
Okay. Well, anyway, Mexican
Japanese?
restaurant is
Can't
awesome.
remember. Yeah.
Okay. Bottom line, I said, okay, we're going to have graduation and you earn that lunch. And I want you to feel what that lunch is going to be like when you actually write this paper and know that you can write a good paper that fast. And I said, and I'm going to do it even more. I'm going to put one other thing. I pulled out $100 bill and I said, and I think they thought I was going to do one thing, but I did something else. I said, I will pay you $100 not to write your essay. And I'll what? I said, I will pay you $100 not to write your essay.
Okay.
And along the way, you will also earn my disappointment for the rest of your life. I said it with a straight face, dude.
That's some mind games,
And
man.
all of them were like, I'm gonna write the paper. And all of them had their paper done that night and sent it to me so that I could go through and do a red pen edit on it and give it to them. And then they all on that Friday. I expected all Friday I'd be beating the final version out of them, but they all
Nice.
got it done that night, sent it to me. I red penned it, got it to them. They all got their changes made, and then we spent the rest of the day learning how to make it better. Where to put in dates, where to put in quotes, where to put in all this other stuff. And I mean, I was so proud of them, Stu. I was almost in tears. I mean, if you
Oh,
looked at the change from them from Monday to Friday, and I think I may have found a new little passion here, Stu, teaching kids, teaching a lost generation how to actually write.
I think it's a
They,
great
they
idea.
need they need it so badly, man. They need it so badly. Um, so anyway, we'll see. We'll see where it goes with that. Like I said, it's been very, very rewarding, and then to see Johnny's improvement has been so dramatic. I mean, he's still got a
Nice.
ways to go, but if I can get that kid making consistent B's at the college level,
Oh yeah.
that's gonna change his life.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah. Good.
anyway,
Nice work.
Vicky says, sounds like an awesome genie. Yeah, critical thinking has no genie. You're right. Um,
Mm.
Anywho, speaking of writing, did you read today's article, Stu?
I did.
What
You always
stood out
grab
to
you.
you?
You always grab my attention when you say you're leaving half your sales on the table. Right? That grabbed it. And then once you go in there, you highlighted a section that said registration is not the end of the process, it's the beginning.
Mhm.
And it really opened up the rest of the article to like, okay, I need to learn where I'm going wrong here because I always thought it was the end, right? And
Right.
then I start the process. But nah, this was good. It broke it down nicely. Oh,
Well,
and another one I loved. Following up is not pestering people.
sure. They can always unsubscribe.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, they
if
can
you think about
unsubscribe
it.
before they even open it.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So really talking about, and that's really the topic of this month is the fortune is in the follow up. If I had to say what the basic theme is for the entire month inside of copy and content. And when it comes to events, when it comes to webinars or anything like that, there's sorry, there's sign-ups, there's show-ups, and then there's sales. All of those are three very different things that require three very different elements of follow-up.
Mm, okay.
So the sign-ups are the emails that you send to get people to the page to give you their email. Once they give you their email, most people stop right there. Oh, I got 100 registrations for my lunch and learn. Okay, good for you, Scooter. And then they're crying because, yeah, and only like 10 people showed up.
Mm.
Why do you think that is, Stu? Why would 100 people sign up and then only 10 people show up?
Because they forgot about it.
Okay, why else?
Wasn't on their schedule yet.
Okay, they forgot.
Yep.
It didn't go on the schedule. Okay, why else?
Um, I mean, I just want to say you didn't follow up, but
Well, that's too
I
easy.
I don't know,
Okay.
Jim.
Well, it's
That's
not
usually my
important.
problem. Mine is it usually I forget.
Right. But the reason you forget is because it's not important. It's not important. It's not important enough to remember. It's not important enough to make sure that nothing else comes up. Okay.
Mm,
And so something else comes up.
right.
So in order to get people to show up, we need to send them messages that remind them of what? What
The
do we need to
event,
remind them of?
the
Okay.
event, the actual event, what that's coming.
Okay, that's one thing. But we also need to remind them of the value
Ah,
they're going to get, remind them of the payoff that they're going to receive, and we need to educate them by giving them value in the emails themselves. So, yeah, remind them of the event, but just sending the same freaking email for the next 6 days because somebody, I mean, you're training people to ignore it. If we remind them of the value, okay, so what would be an event that you might do?
I actually signed up for one already. I got it on Friday, and it is it's a webinar on tactical fitness.
Okay, what's the big payoff? You're doing it or someone else is doing
Oh,
it?
someone else is doing it.
Okay, yeah.
Payoff for me is if I watch this thing for 6 hours,
Oh, Jesus. You're
it
going to
is
get continuing education credits.
continuing education credits for free. Like it
Okay,
is a free process. Yes, they're trying to sell me something like a membership on this program, but um, this is what they're offering. This is how they're getting faces to that.
right. So, again, what's the value? What's the payoff? Goes back to page 16 of Copywriting Secrets. Make money, save time, avoid effort, escape pain. Just right there,
Yeah,
you're saving money. You're
yeah,
escaping the pain of having to go out into the universe and find another place to get your CEUs.
yeah. Usually a
It is
conference in another city.
right. You're not doing it.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you have leverage now on yourself, and you're probably going to show up.
yeah.
But how many of us in the things that we do actually don't remind the people of the leverage? All we do is just send the freaking email. Don't forget. Don't forget. Don't forget. Don't forget. It's tomorrow. It's in an hour. It's today. It's in an hour. Okay, but why should I care? So, and then with the sales, basically, when we do the follow up with the sales, we need to tie in the payoff of the event to the pitch. I know my handwriting has deteriorated, but the whole theme of this thing needs to run through all of this communication like a steel cable. The whole reason that they signed up at the beginning, when you do that final email, your final courtesy notification of why they should buy, should be because this is going to help them get that original thing they wanted better, faster, easier, cheaper, more effectively, whatever it is.
Yeah. What is it?
No, I mean, comments, thoughts.
Oh no, I'm sitting here writing, taking notes because that is juice right there.
You
I'm
guys in
gonna
the chat are
drink it
awful
up.
quiet too. Nobody, I'm glad Vicky's here. I see that there's other people here, just nobody's saying anything. Um,
No, you're right. I mean, reminding them where the value is duh,
right. So
right?
one of the
But
things,
how many of us do that religiously and consistently? That is an easy thing to fall, in your process of preparing for an event.
well, also let's look at it this way. Let's say you sent 7 emails to your list to promote an event. It's a week away, you send an email a day, or you start out 6 days at a time, you have 2 on the last day, 7. Okay? Now, let's say to get your show ups, you have to have 4 emails to send out as reminders. And then for your sales, for your replay and your cart close and all that other stuff, let's say that's another 7 emails. Okay, what's 7 plus 7 plus 4?
18.
Okay, how many of you want to write 18 emails every time you do an event.
I don't want to write 5. You know?
And that's where the leaning on just sending the same freaking email over and over with a slight little change because I'm busy trying to get ready for the event.
Yeah.
And that's where you can run into a problem. So, well, and not just run into a problem, but that's where you run into an issue where you're simply not going to be effective in making a difference in the lives of people because you're busy.
Right.
So if I was going to do this, I'm going to demo for you real quick. Where are you? Here you are. The event. This is the event promo with offer, follow up, and cart close. And what this does for you is you can load your avatar, your user profile, and your offer, and it'll automatically write all your emails for you. So this is actually the one that I'm doing on the 18th of this month. I use this to help me write the emails. And I've got all the details about the event loaded in, the avatar, the offer that I'm making, the offer stack, all that good stuff. Then I click build, and this will write your landing page copy for you. And it'll also create all your promo emails. I'll just do a couple of them. It'll write your reminder emails. It'll write your replay emails. Let me get this one. I'm not going to do them all. And then I'm going to show you something else cool that it'll do, and also give a little heads up about a feature that's coming either next week or the week after. But this thing has written now. I'll just download the emails. Instead of you having to struggle and figure out how to put this stuff together, it'll create your landing page copy that you can just take a quick edit pass of. And then it'll write your promo email sequence that you can go through and edit. The other cool thing that we have now is the Genie prompt pack, which you can use with any chatbot out there. And I'll show you how that works.
Cool.
Let's say, people always say, hey, man, Jim, it'd be so much easier if you would just critique my copy for me. And then I say, cool, send me $1,500 and I'll look at your stuff. And it's amazing how they all of a sudden don't want me to look at their stuff. I had a friend of mine contact me this past weekend. It's like, hey, we're getting ready to launch our book. Could you look at the back cover copy for the book? And I said, sure. So I looked at it, I read it, and the only thing I sent back was it's twice as long as it needs to be. Cut it down by 50% and send it back to me again. And then they cut it down, and then I did a critique of it. But imagine if I could critique your copy. And now I can.
Nice.
So we're gonna download this file, this Genie prompt pack, the Jim critique, and we'll go over to ChatGPT. And all we got to do is we're going to load the thing. This is the stuff that we just downloaded. And and I don't know what the hell's going on with the upload today with that. So we may have to just, all right, let's try, you know what? Let's try Gemini. Do the same thing with the Geminis and see if that'll do it. We're going to upload that. All right.
Nice.
Run it. This, of course, because we're demonstrating it's doing it. All right, here we go. So it just goes through and it looks at that copy that I gave it, and it starts telling. Oh, come on. I lost my, I'm sorry, something with my. Right here. Here's my landing page copy. This starts going through and telling me what to do. Rewrite options for section 1. Okay. Think about this. Think about that. And then it just walks you through as if I was like, okay, look at these. Which one do you want to go with? So we'll tell it A. Now it'll move on to the next section. So I'll tell it. Sorry. Telling it to go with A. Everybody's AI is losing their mind today, or maybe my internet connection sucks. There we go. All right, now move on to the lead. So bottom line, the same questions that I would ask you, you can now just load in your piece of copy from this, load that Genie prompt pack, go over to your favorite chatbot, load those 2 files, and it'll run the same kind of critique that I would do if I was doing it myself. The other cool thing that's coming in the next week or two is that we're adding the ability for you to be able to upload Genie prompt packs and your own text files to Genie Chat. So now you'll be able to do just like I did there. You'll be able to add your Genie prompt packs and your stuff and be able to run those from within our ecosystem, which is, I think, pretty darn cool. I've also got something else I'm working on that when it's done is going to change everything. And I'm not one of those people that is prone to, as they say, hyperbole. But what I'm telling you is that if you are a speaker, coach, author, trainer who is worried about AI supplanting you, about how are you going to stand out in a crowded sea of people, and we've all talked about how important it is to share your soul elements, your stories, opinions, observations, unique perspective, lessons learned. We are creating something where you're going to be able to capture, catalog, and utilize all of those things from within our system. And imagine, Stu, being able to take a transcript of a training you did and run it through a tool that would automatically slurp out all the stories, all the cool quotes, all the lessons that you learned, Q&A, all that stuff, automatically slice it and dice it and categorize it, and then you can save it. So the next time you wanted to go in and do a blog post, you could say, hey, I want the story about when I failed my PT test. I want to have a quote about, I don't know, whatever, a quote that matches with that. And I want to use my framework for how to get better at sit-ups. And I'm going to grab all 3 of those things, and they're automatically going to get loaded in the super blog post, Genie. I'm going to load my avatar, and I'm going to load my offer, and I'm going to whack the button.
Damn.
And it's going to write the thing, but it's all your stuff. It's not AI slop. It's just taking your stuff and then applying the genie magic to it to make anything. You could do that with a blog post. You could do that with an explainer video. You could do that with a PowerPoint presentation, anything.
Awesome.
And now imagine over time, as you do more training. Oh, and you can do that with book chapters too. Now imagine over time, your library getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger as you do stuff, but all of it is unique to you.
Love it.
So that you're building this arsenal of assets that no one else can copy. It's going to be amazing, and it's coming, and it's coming. So anyway, that's
awesome.
a little coolio thing for you there. Jonathan asks, what's the best tool for tracking these emails? We use two different things, but I would suggest that you use Go High Level. That's one of the tools that we use. We have another standalone email server that, if I had to do it all over again, might not have that, but you're too far down the trail. So I would tell you the best thing for you to be able to do that for tracking your emails, for loading them up, for sending them out, is to just use Go High Level. So, and if you want a free trial for Go High Level, go to CopyandContent.AI/tools, and you can see a bunch of tools that we use and recommend, and you can get a link to that. So, all right, cool. Well, that's all I got, Stu. Any other thoughts on follow up or any other questions or anything?
No, it's something I need to do better. That's for sure.
If you had,
that's why I'm here, Jim. Always trying to figure out
if I had to do better. If I had to sum it up, think in terms not of how many emails can I throw out there, but think in terms of signups, show ups, and sales. They're very different communication streams, but all of them are following that wire, that solid metal wire of the big idea and the big payoff of the original event.
Nice.
All right, cool. Everybody have a great day, and we'll see you next time. Thanks. Good to see you, Dave, Vicky, Jonathan, C. Ray. Awesome. Bye, guys.